Did you know there was a man who got told he wasn't good enough for his high school basketball team and then went on to become the most feared name in the sport? You know his name, Michael Jordan, but you don't know the whole story. It starts in Wilmington, North Carolina. A skinny sophomore, too short, too light. The coach posts the roster on the gym wall. Jordan's name isn't there. He stares at it, feels the burn in his chest. He walks home in silence. That night, he cries in his room. But the next morning, he makes himself a promise. He's going to make them regret it. He wakes up before school. He runs. He shoots in the dark. He stays in the gym until the janitor kicks him out. He works when others rest. Months turn into years. He makes the varsity team. He starts scoring, then dominating. College scouts start showing up. By 1981, he's at the University of North Carolina. Freshman year, national championship game. Ball in his hands. Time running out. He hits the winning shot. The crowd explodes. Jordan is now a name, but he's still hungry. He joins the NBA in 1984. Chicago Bulls. A struggling team. Jordan steps on the court and changes everything. Rookie of the year. Highlight reels every night. But greatness doesn't come without pain. In his second season, he breaks his foot. 64 games gone. People whisper, maybe he'll never be the same. He comes back in the playoffs against Boston. Drops 63 points. The Celtics win, but Larry Bird calls him God disguised as Michael Jordan. The next years? War. The Pistons beat him. Push him, knock him to the floor. They call it the Jordan rules. It's physical. It's brutal. And it works. 3 years in a row, they send him home. So he changes. He builds muscle. He studies every weakness. He turns his body into armor. 1991 comes. He finally beats Detroit. Then, the Lakers. First championship. Then another, and another. 3 rings in a row. The world crowns him king. But behind the scenes, his world is about to break. In 1993, his father, James Jordan, is murdered. Shot in the chest. Left on the side of the road. Michael is shattered. He says his father was his rock, his guide, his best friend. And now, he's gone. The world sees the trophies, not the tears. Reporters start digging into his gambling habits. The headlines get ugly. They question his image, his decisions. They hint at scandal. Jordan feels the weight crushing him. Nights become long. Sleep doesn't come easy. His competitive fire feels dim for the first time, so he does the unthinkable. He walks away. From basketball, from the Bulls, from the game that made him a legend. He puts on a baseball uniform. Double-A minor leagues, people laugh. They say he's chasing a dream that isn't his. But Jordan says it's for his dad, who always wanted him to play baseball. It's hard. The pitches are faster. The swings don't connect. He struggles. He's not the best player anymore. He rides the bus with rookies, plays in half-empty stadiums, eats fast food on the road. But he keeps going. Every game, every practice, he studies tape, works on his swing, tries to climb the ladder. Coaches say he's improving. Teammates say he's all in. But critics don't care. They call it a failed experiment. And then the world throws him another curveball. A baseball strike in 1994 shuts down the season. His team is idle. His bat is silent. He's 20 miles from Chicago, but a world away from the game that made him. Alone with his thoughts, he starts to feel the pull again. He hears the sound of sneakers on hardwood in his dreams, the smell of the arena, the roar of the crowd. The Bulls are struggling without him. The city still chants his name, but he's not sure. Coming back means facing everything he walked away from, the grief, the pressure, the eyes of millions. But Jordan was never the type to run from a challenge. He begins to visit the Bulls' practice facility. Quietly at first, just to shoot around, just to see old teammates. But every dribble feels like home. The ball rolls off his fingers like it never left. The sound of the swish is like oxygen. And the fire starts burning again. In the shadows of an empty gym, Michael Jordan is making a decision that will shock the world. It's March 1995. Rumors are flying. Reporters camp outside practice facilities. Then a fax hits the media. 2 words. I'm back. The sports world stops. Michael Jordan is returning to the Chicago Bulls. He walks into the United Center wearing number 45. A different number. A different man. He's leaner. He's been away for 17 months. People wonder if the magic is still there. First game back, he scores 19 points. Rust shows. But the hunger is visible. Every game, he shakes more of the dust off. Then comes the playoffs. Bulls vs. Orlando Magic. Shaquille O'Neal is a force. Penny Hardaway is electric. The Bulls lose. Jordan walks off the court without a word. That loss cuts deep. All summer, he trains like a man possessed. Dawn workouts, weight room, endless shooting drills. He reclaims number 23, and when the 1995-96 season starts, the league feels it. The Bulls storm to a 72-10 record. The best in NBA history at the time. Jordan wins MVP. They crush opponents in the playoffs. In the finals, they take down the Seattle Supersonics. Jordan collapses on the floor, clutching the ball. This one is for his father. The dynasty is reborn. The next year, they win 69 games. Another championship. The year after that, 62 wins. Another title. A second three-peat. 6 championships in 8 years. Finals MVP every single time. But it's not just the trophies that define him. It's the moments where he refuses to break. The flu game in 1990 way. He's pale, sweating, could barely stand. Still drops 38 points against the Jazz. Scottie Pippen has to hold him up walking off the court. Or Game 6 of the 1998 Finals. Clock winding down. Bulls down 1. Jordan steals the ball from Karl Malone. Dribbles up. Crosses over Brian Russell. Pulls up. Swish. The Bulls are champions again. Jordan holds that pose, arm extended, frozen in history. Then he walks away again, retires in 1999. People think it's final. But with Jordan, nothing is final. In 2001, at 38 years old, he returns, this time with the Washington Wizards. He's older, slower, but still dangerous. Drops 51 points in one game, 45 in another. Teaches a new generation what greatness looks like. He plays 2 seasons, then retires for good in 2003. But retirement doesn't dim his fire. He becomes an NBA owner, a businessman, a mentor. His shoes sell by the millions. His numbers worn on playgrounds and streets all over the world. Kids who never saw him play still call him the GOAT. And maybe it's because they see more than the highlights. They see a man who was cut from his high school team, who buried his father in the middle of a championship run, who walked away at the top, who came back when no one thought he could, who faced losses, doubt, scandal, grief, and still wrote the ending his way. Michael Jordan's comeback wasn't about picking up a basketball again. It was about refusing to let life's hardest blows decide the final score. It was proof that the greatest victories are born from the deepest pain. And maybe that's why, decades later, when people talk about the greatest of all time, his name isn't just mentioned. It's the first one they say.